The Prime Minister and his family are to take off for Scotland to spend a traditional weekend at Balmoral Castle, according to a commentator. Richard Eden, the Daily Mail's diary editor, has claimed Mr. and Mrs. Johnson will be setting off tomorrow for their first visit to the Queen as a married couple. The commentator added their 16-month-old son Wilfred will also travel north of the border. A friend of the couple told Mr. Eden for Mail Plus, "They are very much looking forward to the visit. They have taken all COVID precautions and it will be very safe." Asked to comment, Buckingham Palace directed the question regarding the Prime Minister's trip to Downing Street. Express.co.uk has contacted Downing Street for comment. This comes after Mr. Eden reported on Saturday one royal source claiming courtiers would prefer the Johnsons did not pay a visit to the monarch this year to shield the Queen from the risk of catching COVID-19. The source told the Daily Mail, "The visit is still due to go ahead but, frankly, we'd rather it wasn't." The last visit Mr. and Mrs. Johnson paid to the Queen at Balmoral Castle took place in 2019, when the couple, who tied the knot in May, was still unmarried. Last year, due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the restrictions in place, the Prime Minister did not travel north to hold an in-person audience in Scotland with Her Majesty. When it comes to the Prime Minister and the Queen's meetings, the coronavirus pandemic didn't just disrupt their audience in Scotland in 2020. The Prime Minister and the Queen stopped holding their weekly in-person meetings in mid-March last year as the country shut down to curb the level of COVID-19 infections. Adapting to the stay-at-home order, the sovereign held her audience with Mr. Johnson over the phone for more than 1 year. The Queen received Mr. Johnson at Buckingham Palace for their first in-person audience in several months in June. During the same month, the monarch also met in person First Minister Nicola Sturgeon during the Royal Week. The Queen, who travelled to Scotland to begin her first summer holiday without Prince Philip on July 23, has received both doses of the COVID vaccine. The first dose was administered to her and Prince Philip in January, as announced by Buckingham Palace. It is not known when the monarch received the second dose but, following her visit to the CWGC's Runnymede Air Forces Memorial to mark the centenary of the RAF at the end of March, it was reported she had been double jabbed. All legal restrictions concerning coronavirus were lifted in England in July. On the other hand, Ms. Sturgeon continues to hold in place a few safety requirements, including mask wearing in public indoor settings. Moreover, hospitality venues still have to collect the contact details of customers to help the Test and Protect initiative. And the 2-meter distancing rule remains in healthcare settings. Mr. and Mrs. Johnson's visit would come a week after the Queen reportedly hosted the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and their 3 children George, Charlotte and Louis at Balmoral. Other royals are believed to have travelled north of the border to see the Queen during the summer, including Princess Eugenie, Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson. The Queen, who was officially welcomed to Balmoral Castle with a ceremony held outside her residence, is expected to remain in Scotland until the beginning of next month. On October 2, she will attend a special opening ceremony of the Scottish Parliament, during which the sacrifice and work of healthcare staff will be acknowledged. Moreover, she will return to Scotland in November, when she is to attend the crucial COP26 climate change meeting. Related articles: Margrethe to bring Karen Blixen's image creating worlds to life. Queen's death plans leaked in Operation London Bridge papers. Kate and William's motives for Windsor move. Deliberate, symbolic act.